What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Big up your whole self. Bless up your whole self. It's a fantastic, fantalocious, fabulous Friday. It's the start of the weekend. Okay. Let me go again. Good morning, Grenada, Caracou, PT, Martinique. Bless up your whole selves on this fantastic Friday, June 18th, 2021. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Good Morning, Grenada. Thank you for starting your day off with us here at the GBN. Thank you for starting your weekend off with us here at the GBN. Appreciate your listenership, your viewership, your time. Bless up your whole self. Trust you had a good Thursday night and you're ready to get Friday up and running. It's the start of the weekend, a time when some of us get to rest, a time when some of us get to catch up on the chores that we need to do. But whatever you're doing for the weekend, be safe. Start it today. You're starting it at the right place. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN's Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channels 7, 11, and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, and all the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to Fet Facebook pages. It is a pleasure. All the viewers and listeners across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are, a spicy Grenadian 473 morning to each and every one of you. I have to hail up the residents in St. Vincent, the residents in Guyana specifically this morning. They are going through it. The rains that Grenada, for those of you here on the in the Isle of Spice, the rain that we've been experiencing for the past few days, for some of us, it's just rain. It's blocking the sunshine and restricting us from doing some things. For the folks in Guyana, they're going through it with flooding, especially in the capital, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My heart goes out to you continuously. They are going through it. They're dealing still with the uncertainty of La Soufrière, COVID-19 outbreak going on in the dance. And the rain that they've been experiencing in St. Vincent has been causing massive flooding. Rivers are flowing, and it's not just nice, pretty river water. It's coming down with the ash fall from in the mountains, so it's dirty water, muddy water. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, my heart continues to go out to you. I will continue to keep you in my prayers. Hopefully it will get better from here. The rain continues at least over the weekend. I think we get in some good sunshine, I believe, on Monday, please a lot, if my memory serves me correctly. But St. Vincent and the Grenadines continue to stay safe. I know Barbados as well is going through it. They had a power outage yesterday, and I think I saw some flood waters, I believe, in Barbados. So our Caribbean brothers and sisters are going through it. We're just getting rain and we're watching it and strips in and having to get umbrellas. But for some of our other Caribbean brothers and sisters, it's more than just that. So continue to keep them in your prayers as they go through it, especially with the rainy season starting to kick up. So that's how I'm going to heal up my Caribbean brothers and sisters, by letting them know that they are in our thoughts and prayers. Now I'm going to hail up our international brothers and sisters, whichever part of the world you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. International viewers and listeners as well, they're going through it, and not just rain. They're going through COVID-19. There's war, there's famine, there's so much going on around the rest of the world. We're in the Spice Island, we're having our little domestic issues, but internationally, it's tough. It's tough out there. So continue to keep our brothers and sisters in your thoughts and prayers. So good morning, good afternoon, good night to each and everybody tuning into Good Morning Grenada this morning. All right, let's get into it. It's 19 and a half minutes to 7 o'clock. Let's see what this morning's word of the day. Ooh, let Natty enter in the background. Good morning. I've taken it where I could get it. This morning's word of the day. I've taken it where I could get it. A little judge me. This morning's word of the day. This morning is a double barrel word, a hyphenated word. It's tickety-boo. Tickety-boo. It's spelled Tickety dash or hyphen BOO. Tickety-boo. It's an adjective which simply means fine or okay. Tickety-boo is an informal adjective meaning fine or okay. It is a British colloquialism of uncertain etymology. It may be an expressive alteration of that's the ticket. Ticket here having its informal sense, the proper thing or advisable thing. Or tickety-boo may be a holdover from the Raj from Hindi, which means it's all right. Tickety-boo entered English in the first half of the the 20th century. That's just the other day. The word of the day this morning, tickety-boo, Tickety dash or hyphen boo, an adjective which means fine or okay. An example of the use of the word, as my father would say, my books are now tickety-boo, as in they're in perfect working order. Another example of the use of the word, oh, and I also managed to burn the soufflés, but only a little bit. Apart from that, all is tickety-boo. Tickety-boo is just a longer way of saying, I'm fine, I'm okay, I righteous, I cool. That's another way of saying it. So when somebody asks you, how are you doing? Oh, I'm tickety-boo. Telling me, I like it. I'm going to write it down so I won't forget. When all I call this morning for open line on him, on to the point, tickety-boo. That's the word of the day this morning. How you doing? Neighbor boy, how you doing? I'm tickety-boo. That is it right there. We're using it today. Everything tickety-boo. The word of the day. I like it. All right, as you go about your fantastic Friday, the thought of today is never give up on yourself no matter what you are going through. Believe in your worth, your value, and your truth. Never give up on yourself no matter what you are going through. Believe in your worth, your value, and your truth. The first 5 words are what I want you to take away. Never give up on yourself. Remember that today, over the weekend, for the rest of your life, never give up on yourself. Never count yourself out. You're on the right path. You're in ting. You're in ting. Never give up on yourself. That's the thought of today. All right, let's quickly see what is being commemorated. Now, today is the 18th, but I'm going to skip what's celebrated today to highlight what's happening over the weekend. Tomorrow, God willing, June 19th is a significant day in Grenada's history. That would be what? 41 years since the bomb blast at Queen's Park that has caused death and destruction. The 41st anniversary of that bomb blast, June 19th, 1980, is tomorrow, God willing, Saturday the 19th. So continue to I want to remind you of Grenada's history. Remember the people who are affected. Of course, one of the first people that comes to mind is my colleague, Jackie Bailey, Jaqueline as I call her. That's my whole sister. It's a significant day in Grenada's history that should never be forgotten. So I wanted to remind us of that today because I won't get a chance tomorrow, please a lot. And also happening over the weekend, Sunday, God willing, it is Father's Day. It is Father's Day on Sunday. I have a feeling some people forget. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers, the daddies, the grandfathers, granddaddies, stepdaddy, uncles who are daddies, big brothers who are daddies, little brothers who are daddies, whatever form of daddyship. I like daddyship. Whatever form of daddyship you are involved in, bless up your whole self. Continue doing what you're doing. You are an important part of the family. Whether you're in the relationship with mommy or y'all are successfully co-parenting, bless up all your whole selves. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers around the world. Keep doing what you're doing. We all love you. We appreciate you. And I know somebody, at least one person, is going to make it a significant Father's Day for you, whether it's the child or children, or the significant other. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers, all the people involved in daddyship. Happy Father's Day. I really like daddyship. Bless up all your whole self, fathers near and far. Now let's get ready for the morning edition of news. For those of you on radio and those of you on our visual platforms, we bring you highlights of last evening's newscast. It's Good Morning Grenada on GBN Classic. We will be right back. Coming up at 7:15 in the showroom, I have the man Christopher Antoine expected to join me virtually, aka Squeezie. Good Morning Grenada. We'll be right back.
It was busy mid-morning for officers attached to the traffic department. 2 accidents were reported on Thursday morning in which one woman was left hospitalized. We get the details in this report.
Emergency dispatch responding to reports of an unidentified woman being struck down by a vehicle as she attempted to cross the road. The incident occurred close to the entrance of the Grenada Boys Secondary School and adjacent to the Reno Cinema. Within hours of that accident, another occurred along the Kiani James Boulevard at the entrance of the Port Louis Marina. Police officers were on the scene, and Police Constable Carlson Walker, who is attached to the traffic department, gave a preliminary report on what transpired.
This morning we had an accident at Paddock area near the Reno Cinema, and unfortunately there was a lady that sustained injuries. She complained of feeling pain in her shoulders and so forth. As a result, the ambulance was summoned, and she was taken to the general hospital to seek medical attention.
He said they were in the process of investigating both incidents.
The accident at Reno, only one vehicle was involved, and the pedestrian. And then, as you can see now, we have another minor accident again, which occurred. Two vehicles involved. No one was injured as a result, and currently conducting investigation to make sure that everything is squared away.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Health Minister Nicholas Steele is calling irresponsible an article published by a local newspaper containing allegations of several careless deaths and mishaps at the General Hospital.
While appearing on GBN's To The Point program on Wednesday, Health Minister Nicholas Steele responded to allegations of improper practices and negligence at the General Hospital, some of which resulted in the deaths of adults and babies at the facility.
It was brought to my attention that this article did exist. And to be honest, I found the article very irresponsible and unprofessional, because it's on front page, if it's the same article, saying that an unofficial source who is an employee has said that there were deaths at the hospital and that there was foul play or there was unprofessionalism, etc. there, but no dates, no direct reference, any specific incident or so that we or the public at large could make a responsible inquiry or so.
The health minister said the claims are based on the accounts of an unofficial source. He believes the contents of the article appear to be a blatant attack on those in authority.
It just chooses to throw mud at the professionals that are working within the health system, the General Hospital, in particular the doctors and nurses who are providing human service, maybe in an attempt to attack the political directorate of the government, but at the expense of those individuals providing human service, without giving them an opportunity to deal with any specific incident, to be able to offer a defense to the public, an explanation to the public.
Consultant of the New Today newspaper, George Worm, says he stands by their story, kicking back against the comments made by the minister. He added that if one can pull up the article, there are multiple clear, detailed instances of negligence that have resulted in the death of patients. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
It is day 3 of the lockout of unvaccinated workers who have been debarred from entry onto the St. George's University compound. The notion of forced vaccination was again strongly hinted at and implied, especially on the heels of statements made by Health Minister Nicholas Steele on Wednesday. Gerard Joseph has the latest developments.
And as you guys can see this morning, I'm wearing a lock across my neck. This lock represents my freedom, and the people who hold the keys to my freedom is the government and St. George's University.
Meet Rebecca OJ, an employee with St. George's University for the last 8 years.
So we are faced with an issue here where we to take the vaccine, which is not mandatory to take, but they're making it in a way that we do not have a choice when they're jeopardizing our livelihood and our rights to be human being and to work and to be privileged to take care of our family.
She is perturbed by the recent pronouncements by government officials in support of the actions being taken by SGU.
And there's a lot of things that the government is coming on national TV using big terms and big phrases with a lot of hidden agenda behind it and hidden meaning behind it. And I think that is unfair and that is wrong to us as a people. They're saying that we should give up our rights for the greater good for the school, and the school should maintain their rights, but we should give up our rights.
Rebecca tells GBN her rationale for not taking the vaccine.
So the HR management have a form that you have to follow, which is called a non-medical claim, where you can claim your non-medical reasons for not wanting to take the vaccine, and there's also a medical one. So I did a non-medical one, and I went up to the HR and they asked me my reasons why I'm not taking the vaccine. They didn't say they had a guideline in why you shouldn't take the vaccine. So I give them my reasons why I'm not taking the vaccine. I say I'm nursing my newborn baby, I'm nursing my baby, I'm also, it's against my religion, it's against my conscience, because I do believe this vaccine still has more medical things to pass and go through. Before the day up, they called me and told me they denied it. I was denied. So they were telling me that my nursing baby doesn't matter, my religion doesn't matter, and my conscience and the knowledge that I know of the vaccine doesn't matter.
On Wednesday, Health Minister Nicholas Steele denied the SGU situation as a case of forced vaccination.
We all have our own individual rights, but in the exercising of our individual rights, we do not have the right to jeopardize other Grenadians. And that is what we're seeing here. The few individuals who have opted out of getting the vaccine do not have the right to still put the rest of us at risk by insisting that they must be allowed to enter the SGU environment.
However, Rebecca says workers are being denied every opportunity to express their rights and is personally concerned with the support being given to SGU by the Health Minister and Prime Minister for the victimization of the people.
And I think they're using that to keep the people in one state and one mind and saying, like, if you do not take the vaccine, then you do not love your country, you do not want your job. As the Prime Minister is saying that we do not want our job and we do not want this and we do not want that. But I'm saying that Steele is talking so much about healthcare and the well-being of this country, but there's so many issues in this country for years that has not been addressed by the Minister of Health. For instance, the hospital, for instance, the school, for instance, the teachers, for instance, those who are retiring for working 40, 50 years and going home without a pension. There's a lot of issues that fall under healthcare, but he's only fixed on the vaccine, taking away our rights for religion rights, our rights of freedom, our rights of your own conscience, and all these things being swept under the rug.
In a press release issued on Tuesday, the university said its primary commitment is to provide a safe environment for its community. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
As Grenada continues to roll out its plans in its fight against COVID-19, officials from the Ministry of Health may once again be reducing its approved quarantine facility list. This comes as some hotels, guest houses, and apartment complexes are yet to meet the criteria laid down by the ministry, which included ensuring that all employees receive the COVID-19 vaccine. The first deadline was June 7th, but was later extended to June 13th. Minister for Health Nicholas Steele says while some facilities have met the stipulated criteria, others have not.
All the facilities have not met. So I'll take it from the last question to the first. All the facilities have not met the criteria. Some facilities have already been given notification that they are in violation, and they would have been given X number of days to remedy the situation. And then you'd see them dropping off the list, but the hope is that they will comply. Many of the facilities have made adjustments in the interim to make sure that they comply. For instance, individuals who are not yet vaccinated, making sure that they are not on the property, so that they're on leave or they're on rotation or so, and we continue to monitor that.
Minister Steele was speaking on GBN's To The Point program. GBN is following reports that developers of Kimpton Kiwana Bay Resort are taking legal action against the government of Grenada. GBN understands that the developers are accusing the government of pushing the multi-million-dollar five-star resort into failure. The group is seeking arbitration before the World Bank Tribunal, ICSID, the same tribunal that handled the Grenlec shares matter against WRB. Government was rocked by the high-profile resignation of Warren Neufeld as Ambassador at Large and Consul General to Florida in May, citing government's anti-business policies. This legal backlash follows forceful words by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell during a recent sitting of Parliament, during which he accused the investor of wanting more than he was entitled to. GBN will continue to follow this developing story and will bring you a comprehensive report in Friday's newscast. Prominent businesswoman Rolanda McQueen is taking her final steps toward becoming a senator. Following the resignation of Terry Noel as opposition senator last month, opposition leader Tobias Clement has picked his replacement. We get the details in this report.
Rolanda McQueen on Thursday received her instruments of appointment from Governor General Dame Cecilia Grenada on her way to becoming the newest opposition senator. McQueen is a known activist of child and sexual abuse awareness and says she is elated to have been appointed to the upper house of parliament.
I think we have to look at stiffer sentences. I would also like to see I don't think our entrepreneurs get enough support. I would like to see that definitely happening. I want to see we creating and relying on our own self, than we rely so much on the things that are coming from abroad to feed us. I think we have to be self-reliant.
She says the appointment came as a surprise. However, she gladly accepted and is willing to learn what her new role entails.
I think to be able to represent the people of Grenada, I think it's just really, really exciting. I'm really looking forward to working with the other senators and the government, and and I promise I'm going to work very hard to do the best I can for my island.
McQueen says she has no immediate goals as yet, as she is hoping to first settle into the position. However, she notes some of the issues she is passionate about.
I am Grenadian. I love my island. I love my people, and I think the future, we have to really look at the future of our young generation, because in the next couple of years, the island will belong to them. And I don't want to see them losing it. I want to see more entrepreneurs. We have fantastic ideas in Grenada. The ideas we have here is just mind-blowing. I want us to see we're giving them the opportunity to bring it out into the wider world. We have all the instruments to do that.
Opposition leader Tobias Clement, explaining the rationale for his choice, says Rolanda McQueen is a Grenadian patriot at heart, and he believes citizens know of her advocacy for social issues.
I saw someone that is dedicated to the development of Grenada. The call to serve in the parliament of our country is a call for service to country. I think some people think, well, it's Mr. Clement has the choice and she's called to serve Mr. Clement. No. Mrs. McQueen knows very well that her service in the parliament is the service for the people of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
McQueen replaces former Senator Terry Noel, who resigned last month, to give full support to the Grenada movement, which is in the process of transitioning to become a political party. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Attorney at law Anselm Clouden is speaking out about government's neglect of the judicial system, pointing to a lack of adequate accommodation for judges. More in this report.
Recently, the High Court gave the Grenada Bar Association clearance to proceed with a lawsuit that was filed in July 2019 against government. The suit contended that government is in breach of the Constitution for its continued failure to provide the necessary apparatus for the efficient and timely administration of justice. Clouden addressed the issue outside the Gov Magistrates Court on Wednesday.
High Court in Queen's Park, in the stadium, isn't it time that the people of this country stand up for what is righteous and what is right and what is just and stop what is happening? There's no independence, no regard for the independence of the judiciary, and making the necessary accommodation for judges by way of providing them with suitable courthouses and court staff and court orderlies. Come on, where are we going? I ask.
Clouden is also calling for an amendment to the criminal code. He believes there should be a choice as to how the accused individual wishes
that this government think seriously about passing legislation, as Antigua has done recently, to have matters an accused person elect whether he wants to be tried by a judge alone or a judge and jury. That is going to reduce the criminal backlog, and it's going to bring swift justice to offenders. would maintain and sustain the independence of the judiciary.
During Tuesday's post-cabinet brief, Infrastructure Minister Nolan Cox says they have been working with the stakeholders to find a suitable place for the halls of justice and to get the project moving.
Happy to indicate that we are at the stage where the designs for the project have been approved, and we are now working with a bolt provider to move forward in terms of financing this project. And we, after this phase, we will be discussing in terms of the development agreement to see this project being implemented in the not too distant future.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
Do you take care of your mental health? Several health professionals have been urging individuals to attend to their mental health. Training reporter Krista Campbell brings this issue under the microscope into tonight's health segment.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brentwood, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Mental health is just as important as physical health. These words of psychiatrist John Dillett highlight the significance of mental health. Mr. Josh Hector, psychologist at Optimal Solutions, shared a few mental health facts.
Number 1, there is no health without mental health. A clean bill of health requires that both physical and mental well-being, inclusive of emotional well-being, are in check. One does not reasonably expend all their resources to fix the exterior of a car that has a faulty engine. Number 2, mental health is on a continuum. Extreme distress and optimum well-being are on either end of this continuum. While we celebrate optimum well-being, it is important to ensure that it is maintained. Number 3, poor mental health at present is not a mandatory life sentence. There are services available to help individuals return to normalcy and well-being. Number 4, your mental health is closely tied to your ability to cope. Particularly in the face of external crises, it is important that we develop healthy coping skills in order to maintain our well-being. Number 5, stigma is counterproductive. When we stigmatize, we place a mark of disdain on a specific group for a specific reason. As it relates to mental health, we know all too well that persons typically refer to people as insane, crazy, and so on. But stigmatization assumes a few things. It assumes that there is a great divide between us and them. It also assumes that we will never share their challenges. Let us ensure that we do not wait until we ourselves or a loved one develops a mental challenge for us to appreciate that. 1, no one is immune, and 2, quite like physical challenges, mental challenges often indicate that there is an issue or issues that need to be addressed. So I implore you to take care of your mental health today.
Krista Campbell, training reporter, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. GBN's online audience was tasked with writing 4 lines of poetry based on these 2 photographs for a chance to win a $100 gift voucher at a store of their choice. Let's look at our top 6 finalists. Madam K. Smith. The great egrets, no matter their shape, size, and color, realize they are equal when they look to each other, in an environment of simplicity, neatness, and tranquility, as their poise reflects their confidence and nobility. Vlasta Pinkston. The white egret and the blue heron, the shining stars of nature. What shadows and light on those lovely feathers will my camera capture? So majestic and still, with their eyes shifting from sight to sight as the day transitions into night. Garrick Batiste titled his poem Deception, Birds of Prey. Graceful, elegant is the way he imagined me. Majestic, imposing, it's what I was meant to be. Searching, fishing is very much my day. With such perks of creation, who would think that I'm a bird of prey? Melanie Antoine titled her poem Isolated. We look across the plain where the grass meets the sky. All we see is a sea of green. What if we were to die? If we were to find someone, we wouldn't perish alone. If we were to find someone, we could make each other home. Makeda Richards titled her poem Life's Zenith. As we gaze into life's unknown, we hope to enjoy the beauty that we are shown, the splendor, the encounters, and the sustenance, granting us an opportunity to appreciate our God-given existence. Lovell Joseph titled her poem Stoic Resemblance. We stand still, perched as we reflect, though the stillness above opposes the noise beneath calm waters. Nothing has changed, although we're in the water and above the branches. Small droplets and subtle winds create more ripples. We remain indifferent to the difference. Those were our top 6 poets. Comment who you think deserves the grand prize. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISO lens.
Tonight's ISO reporter couldn't see anything while standing behind tonight's GBN ISO submission. She said her bok choys she planted were put to shame after her neighbor gifted her this huge plant. Huge it is indeed. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their finance and giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way. From birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and the programs including Financial Literacy Quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso Program, Junior Cooperatives in Secondary Schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC Grants. The Credit Union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Trends come and go, but jewelry is forever in style. Give a gift that lasts a lifetime. Diamond Intercontinental have diamond jewelry, gold and silver jewelries, engagement rings, wedding bands, chains, bracelets, and so much more. They also carry brands such as Anne Klein and Guess. Why wait? Visit Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store at the Esplanade Mall. Call 440-231234. The number again, 232-1234.
Hello everybody, I am Lion Mary Alma and I'm representing the Lion Club of St. John. Today we're going to talk about chronic illnesses, specifically speaking about diabetes. Now diabetes, as we know, locally known as sugar. It simply means that our pancreas is not producing enough insulin that could combat the sugar level in our bodies. So how do we deal with that? Just remember that it is not a death sentence. We need to watch our diet, watch how we eat, Watch our plate size. What do I mean by watching our plate size? I'm not talking about how big or how small the plate is. What I'm talking about is the amount of food that we put on the plate and the types of food that we put on the plate. 1, ensure that quarter of the plate has carbohydrates, whole wheat, grains, legumes, peas. Ensure that the other quarter contains protein, lean meat. Another quarter should contain green leafy vegetables and fruits. You can use a little avocado, some melon jam, some greens. A glass of water will do, or non-sweetened juice. Carbonated drinks, no. Let us keep it local. So we don't have to fill up our plates with a lot of starch and a lot of protein. We eat a little of everything, and we eat different times in the day. We drink a lot of water so that we can keep healthy. We exercise. Remember, let us eat healthy, let us live healthy. Diabetes is not a death sentence. We can survive this together.
This is a message from the Lions Club of St. John and the Grenada Diabetes Association, funded by the European Union through the 11th European Development Fund Program.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on, let we fall in line. We want to come back to with social life. There is vaccination island wide.
is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
Montreal, it's time to line virtually one more time. Gemma Rayburn Baines here for Spice Island Cultural Festival, a celebration of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This summer's festival is a celebration of life with food, fashion, music, and culture. Join us online Saturday, July 10th, 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube at Spice Island Cultural Festival. Info, spiceislandculturalday.com.
If it's tech, we got it. If it's an appliance, we've got that too. Dad, if you want it, you should get it this Father's Day at Quartz. Quartz has unbeatable prices, up to 30% off selected products. So whatever you want, you should get it. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Understanding our ocean is education for life. Encourage your students to learn about marine life, water quality, sea level rise. Let them explore sciences. Encourage them through field trips and scholarships. The more they know, the better they can protect our oceans from litter and climate change. Let them rise to the challenge. The ocean is our responsibility, their inheritance, their future.
This message brought to you by the OECS Commission with funding from the government of Norway. Remlit, tackling ocean pollution from turf to surf.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, easy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Can you spend wisely and have more savings? Yes, you can. Learn more with Money Matters on GBN Television. The Money Matters series explores 12 top ways to save money. In this series, you would learn how to save by setting up your spending money right. Save on vehicle loans, home improvement projects, your credit cards, and even on prescription drugs. Tune in every Tuesday morning at 7:15 for Money Matters, a lighthearted conversation with financial planner Tali Francis. Follow the rebroadcast on Thursdays at 6:50 p.m. and on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Money Matters is a financial literacy public awareness program sponsored by Republic Bank Grenada.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
So unique. 3 different islands and 3 different parts interested to explore. So I urge you, don't stay too long. Come and see where we all belong. Come and see for yourselves. Come behold what we sell. What a country and tell. Not just beautiful beach, all the culture that's rich. You'll enjoy your friendship. Come and see for yourselves. Come behold what we sell. What a country and tell. Not just beautiful beach, all the culture that's rich. You'll enjoy your friendship. Come and see for yourselves. Come behold what we sell. What a country and tell. Not just beautiful beach, all the culture that's rich. You'll enjoy your friendship. tell you our history. Shakespeare.
Grenada's chief medical officer has ordered that all confirmed positive COVID-19 individuals, their contacts, and members of their household must remain in quarantine or isolation for 14 days. Anyone who fails to comply with this order will be in breach of the Public Health COVID-19 Regulations 2020 and is guilty of an offense. Upon summary conviction, that person will be liable to a penalty of up to $10,000. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Being a Grenadian means having courage, tenacity, and unbreakable willpower. It means knowing that our size does not determine our capacity to achieve greatness, because even the biggest tree starts its life as a small seed.
Sun and rain, we're here again. Been training too long, we're not afraid.
We back, we here to stay. I hear them chanting it all we know. Let's go, let's show that we believe. Show the world that we belong. The strength, the heart, the fight in me. Show the world that we belong. I believe in
Can you spend wisely and have more savings? Yes, you can. Learn more with Money Matters on GBN Television. The Money Matters series explores 12 top ways to save money. In this series, you would learn how to save by setting up your spending money right. Save on vehicle loans, home improvement projects, your credit cards, and even on prescription drugs. Tune in every Tuesday morning at 7:15 for Money Matters, a lighthearted conversation with financial planner Tali Francis. Follow the rebroadcast on Thursdays at 6:50 p.m. and on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Money Matters is a financial literacy public awareness program sponsored by Republic Bank Grenada.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Always a kind of thing that going on inside by here. So because I have joining me as my telephone guest this morning then. My guest this morning is the one and only Christopher Antoine, aka Squeezie. The delay in getting on this morning, we were trying to work out the Zoom as always. The technology doesn't always work with us, but we've implemented some psychedelic technology in here via telephone, so you won't be able to see him, but of course you'll be able to hear him. So let's welcome my guest this morning is the one and only Squeezie. Good morning, Squeezie. How are you, sir?
Hi, good morning, Blossom. I'm okay. I'm quite okay.
Thank you.
Ready for business.
Hey, what? Getting ready for business? Appreciate you coming and joining us in the showroom this morning. What's the latest happening with Squeezie, man? It's been a while since we've heard, spoken to you. What's the latest happening with you? How have you been?
Oh, that's a good question, because that's why I said I'm getting ready for business. I'm going this morning to carry a crew to do a show tonight for Father's Day. So carry a crew is expecting something tonight. But just 2 weeks ago we got Beast and Squala and I did a show for a group in Quebec, Montreal. It was virtual, you know. And then we still do the Mother's Day show in Spice Basket. So, I'm still active a little bit. Nothing is happening too much because of the pandemic, but still.
All right.
We have to make something happen.
I agree. So, Squeezie, tell me, let's look at the career of Squeezie. Let's go right back to the beginning, to the days when you just entered Calypso. Take us back to those days, and how did you get into Calypso?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I grew up liking Calypso. So in the process of liking it, there must be people who would help to inspire you. And of course, I've been inspired by a lot of people, not just one or two and three. There are so many names I can mention. And then after you get to like it, you realize you have the blood, you have the stigma, you got everything what it takes to be a Calypsonian. So I tried being a Calypsonian at the age of 11, 12. At that time, they didn't have any national junior competition in Grenada, but we had our own competition in St. Andrews, which used to be Kiddies Carnival, 4-H, and all them kind of things during that time in the Grenville cinema. And it was really good. It helped to inspire me, and I got to sing with a lot of the big guys by the age of 13 and 14. Got to join the African Temple, and I was the youngest in the African Temple. And I was making a very, very good impression on stage, so then that motivated me. And then I went on to sing with Mars International Calypso Castle for a couple of years. Okay, then after I travel and come back, I decided to rejoin the group, and this is when I started it again in 1986. You could remember the song called Put the Thing in a Plastic?
No, I remember it now.
Yeah, that was a very popular song called Put the Thing in a Plastic. That was in 1988. In 1986, I came in from Europe, from Germany, and I started to sing Calypso. And then in 1987, I was fortunate enough to capture the road match title. Remember the song?
To Cock a Hole.
Oh, yes. From there you get to know me, innit?
Yes.
I imagine. You see how quick you respond? So come you didn't remember a song like Put the Thing in a Plastic? Because that was 1988.
I know. Look at going on. Look, let me play a little piece of Put the Thing in a Plastic for our listeners and viewers.
All in the pocket full of plastic. We were going to a dancing fantasia, expecting to meet some chicks jamming the soca. Ask them what's this in, what causing all this thing, when it's just too simple. Party all you going. Say Squeezie man, try and understand. We protecting my body from infection. You know, the place getting sick. Put your thing in a plastic, yes.
I get the picture now. I like it. How come I don't know that one?
It was quite a popular song. I wonder how come you didn't get to know it.
I find I lose points there, man. I lose points.
So, and eventually you find it, you have somebody going back to the days, right?
Right. So starting off that young, and like you said, you got a chance to be on stage with the big boys since at the age of 13. How did that encourage you to keep going? When did you realize that you didn't just have the interest, but you actually had a talent? How did that happen?
Well, put it like this. Once you have confidence in yourself and you learn to persevere, and you can create the consistency. It says a lot, especially the confidence in yourself. You know, and when you start to see people responding in such a effective way, you know, in such a good way, when you go to perform and people receive you so good, it helps to motivate you. So of course you would be, you would be there all the time and want to, impress your fans, you know. It's like over over the last few years, a lot of people say they haven't been hearing from me and but there comes a time in your career when you have to take a rest. You can't just keep going on and on and on and on. You take example from a lot of singers, a lot of writers, a lot of performers. After a while, they take a rest and come again. You can't exhaust yourself. You can't exhaust your brain because you keep on going on and on and on. You tend to repeat yourself lyrically and even musically, melodiously, meaning that. You know? So sometimes you give yourself a break and you forget about the old songs you do before and you just say, you know what, this is the new me. I'm going to change the style somewhat, not too much, but somewhat, and try to be as creative as you can and be very versatile as possible. And that's me.
Speaking of changing your style, I remember 2001 Strongman. Tell me about 2001 Strongman. Was that your thought about changing your style and staying relevant, or it just so happened?
Yeah, well, I was staying relevant and topic, of course, because based on what was happening at the time, all singers come under certain pressure sometimes, and all performers do experience all kind of difficulties in different ways in the music. So sometimes you want to respond to the things that happen around you, So when I sing 2001 Strong Man, remember I said in this song, it's not only about muscle power, it's also about brain power. So most people tend to hear a song only when it reaches the chorus. But if you listen to the song way up front, the verses, then you will find out what the story the singer is really trying to tell. So it was not about changing my name, but it was just it was just a creative way, a kind of humorous way to put something across. You get where I'm coming from?
I understand. I got it. I can see it now. Okay, I hear what you're saying now. I understand. Talk to me about the writing of your songs. Are you the writer of all your songs?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so speak to me about that part of your career. How easy or difficult is it for you to put pen to paper?
Well, it would all depend on the inspiration. It would all depend on the mood you're in at the time. Most writers will tell you that they don't go home to write a song or leave to write a song. I don't really write a song. The song just comes. And when I say it comes, sometimes the melody comes and sometimes part of the lyrics just come just like that. You wonder for yourself, how did you just come up with something like that? But at the same time, most of the time you're singing about the things that happen around you, so it's very easy to formulate the lyrics then. But I believe when people is writing a song, they have to be creative as possible and use your words in such a way that you would want to make the listener be more interested in hearing you. So I don't really write a song. I get the inspiration, and sometimes sometimes years after, you yourself sit down and ask yourself, how did I get to write this song? And probably if you just erase your brain and you have to write the song again, you would write it quite differently. So you see, timing is very important. Sure. Time and place is very, very important. Based on the place where you are, the place where you go at the moment, you can get a lot of lyrics and advice and even topics. Based on your hangout, you can't basically sit down at home to get a lot of topics. You must be socially involved with people sometimes. most important.
Right.
You know, you have to know what's going on the ground too. You know what I mean? It's not like the people who sitting in office and taking advice from the food soldiers. You have to go out sometime for yourself and see what's going on. So that's the way people write songs, and that's how songs became great when you yourself don't write it, but probably the spirit. Sometimes you have to put it like this. You know, I've heard Bob Marley interview, and he himself said for himself, he said sometimes he just don't write a song. The song just comes. And most writers would tell you that.
Timmy, check the production email, please. Thanks. Pronto, check the production email. So, Squeezie, of all the songs that you've written, do you have a favorite?
You would have certain favorites based upon the type of show you're doing. Then you would want to do certain type of song. But to say like pick out a favorite out of all the songs is very, very hard. You might be able to pick out a few, of course.
Okay, pick out a few.
To put one in front of the other, it's very hard. It comes like you make your children and you're showing love to one and that's it.
Okay, so pick out a few. Give me five of your favorites.
All right, 5 of my favorites. Pull him out. That's Saddam the one to pull out. That's really, I love to write creative. Childhood days in danger, true democracy. And don't think I can take it.
So Stick the Cake not in your top 5?
Huh?
Stick the Cake not in your top 5?
Well, as I said, you asked me for 5, so I just gave you 5. But that doesn't mean to say I put them in front of Stick the Cake.
Stick the Cake in my top 5. I ain't gonna lie.
Because you have Stick the Cake, you have No Man Rule, you have A Giving You All, you have Soca Disciple, you have Miss Mary, you have Sweet Raga Soca, The Pain, The Shame, and The Blame, and I can just name so many. That's why I didn't even want to go there, but I still try to I still try and help you.
How many songs have you written? How many songs are in your catalog of music?
I would say approximately 75 to 80.
Okay, all right, and that's a lot.
That's a lot, but I've wrote a lot of songs for other people that people doesn't know about. Yeah, so that could be included too.
Can you share with us one of the songs that you've written that we may not know you wrote?
Oh gosh, I don't think it's that popular in Grenada, number one, because it was written for a friend of mine all the way in South America. I write for a guy in Belize, to be exact. And they just do the thing in Belize and really probably send the song down here in that way. But I had a lot of songs for a good singer in Belize, and I write a lot of songs for a Grenadian journalist. You could see he's in the radio business just as well. They call him Spice. You know Spice? He's in New York.
Yes.
Spice Rock. Yeah, Wild FM. Yeah, I wrote some songs for him too.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple other people.
So from the time that we haven't, like you said, people say they're not hearing from you, how have you been able to keep busy, as well as what did you think about your career that you are still relevant? Because like you said, you were just in a Mother's Day show, you're heading to Karakou today. How is it that you're able to keep being relevant and have people still loving the music that you've produced over the years?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question, because you see, the thing is, when you're composing a song as an artist, as a man who be around people, you don't compose a song just for today. You want to compose your songs that would last up to, as long as possible. Put it like this. So if you write a song only for carnival most of the times, it does not work. So if you write songs that can sustain itself, then you would have enough in your portfolio that you might not even have to write again, because it's always relevant. You get what I'm saying?
Understood, right?
Yes. So so no matter what time that comes, my songs, a lot of it would still be relevant. And let me tell you something. Music is just A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You ever try to think about it? That's all you know.
The notes, the keys.
So music has basically reached its climax. But because music reaches climax, people is trying to find all different kinds of ways to create something that sounds different. And that is very hard to do because don't matter how you might try to create something different, in between there, it will sound like something somebody heard before. Because music is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You can't get away from it. So some people do these things different just with drum and bass and everything. But when you listen to the melody, it's the same old melody. It's just a different drum beat. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. You make a valid point in truth. When can we get new music from Squeezie?
Well, be honest with you, I have a lot of songs that I wrote and just put there. Because as I said before, you have to deal with time. And I do hope that God will spare life, that come next year, hoping that this pandemic will go away. Come next year, I would love to come with a 5 to 7 songs mini album. Put it like this, definitely so. A lot of creative songs. I do hope that we would have Carnival next year. Because put it like this, if you go to release a song now, right, most of the people would just listen to it on the radio and that's it. You know, you can sell your song for people to download it, but somehow it gets out and then they can download it elsewhere instead of buying it on iTunes. And so the music industry is very, very fragile. And the artist himself and the writer himself has to be very careful at the time they would want to release, you know, and then a lot of the radio stations does not pay royalty here in the Caribbean and elsewhere. So then you can't only depend on royalty. So you have to depend on shows just as well. So if this pandemic thing continuing like this, then we can't really have a proper show. We'll have to have a hotel show and eventually people might just get tired with it.
Right. Too much of one thing.
Too much of one thing here. You know, people like to see the artist up front sometimes, you know?
Right.
Yeah, go to dance and have a good time, you know? Dance to the music. You can just sit at home all day long and all night long and just watch the walls of your home. You have to get out.
I like that. You can watch the walls of your home. Take me back to competition days. You are a former Road March winner, but the Calypso title has eluded you over the years. Take me back to those days and the competitions and taking the stage, and how optimistic were you that, you know, maybe this year would be the year? Is there a year that you thought, okay, this year's my year, but it just fell from your grasp?
Oh, yes. I mean, you know, sometimes you don't really want to go back to those things, but, you know, there's so many things, and almost every artist can tell you that in a competition can destroy you. You can build up all your hopes for a competition and try your best, go all the way out, and at the end of the day, you didn't place, and you see yourself, you know, working so hard and being in the art form for over a period of time. You must be honest to yourself at some point in time to know when you lose and when you have to be at least in the first three, or when you should win. Don't you think so?
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the plain facts. I mean, if you're in something and you be very honest with yourself, you would know exactly what time it is. You know, and the thing about it, as any competitor, it doesn't matter if it's in calypso or whatever it might be, once you're a competitor in anything at all, you have to be able to take your losses. Most of the competitors can't take the losses, so it tends to demoralize them. But I've been coming year after year after year after year. I've never been demoralized because I know that competition is not all. You have fans out there that coming to support you no matter what. It's just like football, you know. But there's times when I don't feel, I know that I was robbed. Simple like that. It doesn't make sense I'm scratching the surface when it comes to reality and how I think.
Right.
Or my opinion. Right? There's times I thought that I won. And there is times I thought I didn't win. You know what I mean? I deserve to come whatsoever probably I did. You know, but I still thank God that He gave me the strength to carry on, you know, and despite all the hardship, I still happen to capture a few titles like the Road Match King, as you say, and the Young King's Monarch. The Young King's Monarch was in 1991. Yeah, that was the year I sang a song, Stick the Cake, Pull Him Out, which is Saddam Don't Want to Pull Out, and a song called Life is Living on a Battlefield. And that was a really, really great year for me. As I said, that was the year I was supposed to win the match grab, and I was very disappointed. And that was the same year I won the Young King's Monarch, and the same year I came second in National Road Match competition. And you know what song that beat me? Which I accepted. Could you remember the song that win?
No, I don't remember.
In 1991, it was Mars International. Job Malassi. Okay. Your mother coming.
Okay.
You know, it was like long-time Grenadians didn't really get a jab song, eh?
Right.
And you know we's jab people. And right, and the men come and beat me. I said right and the tip because the song, you could say, had released just about a week or two before Carnival. And then it took root immediately. That's what I want to tell you. Grenadians are real jab people.
So, and your days in Moss International, how did you join and what made you decide solo Squeezie is where I want to be?
Well, all Calypsonians is always basically for themselves. All artists is basically for themselves. I've always been solo Squeezie. And I'm glad how you say it because I remember when I used to go to primary school, they had choir in the primary school. And I see they recruiting all kind of students to sing in the choir. And I'm saying to myself, how come they don't come recruit me? You know? So now, I'm saying to myself, you know what? They don't have to recruit me. Every time the choir sing, I am going to go solo and show the choir I'm going to do better than them. And I used to do it. So every time the choir go up and sing, they always have a guest artist, which is me. In primary school, I'm talking about that. Yeah, I have to come and do a song, be alone. So you see, that's where the confidence started.
And Squeezie is also known for his melodious voice. You are one of the artists that I feel like, and I know a matter of fact, can actually sing. How have you been able to should I say, train your voice, tune your voice, able to develop your voice into not just a calypsonian, not just a performer, but an actual singer?
Yeah, well, that's also a good question, because the thing is, let me tell you something, in my opinion, what I think about voices. I think that certain people just come with natural voices,
true,
which is a talent given unto them. Everybody on the face of this earth born with some type of talent that they can be so effective if they nurture it and they know how to, know how to activate it. So I would say, like, when someone thinks they can sing, you don't only just rely on that little talent and think you can sing, I think you can run, I think you can swim, or whatever sport it might be. You have to nurture it. You have to practice. Because there are people that don't even have the talent, but they're working harder than you, and believe it or not, they're going to get there. Anything that the brain decides is going to put itself to, and you work hard at it, you're going to eventually achieve it. If you don't achieve it, you would come very close. So I think that it's not about just singing and voice, but at the same time, you have to be able to go train your voice. I've never went to voice training, but of course I do voice training on my own sometimes. I have to say sometimes I'm not very disciplined all the time. And I must admit I do a lot of jogging sometimes. Sometimes I stop, the body gets lazy and you just let go yourself for a while. And then after I just say, what it is? Time to get busy again. And then I go do a lot of jogging and a lot of diving.
Okay. That helps with the controlling of the breath.
That helps a lot. Because especially seawater. Seawater has so many elements in it, it can help you to do almost anything you want to do. So if you're a good swimmer, a good diver, you can go out in the sea and try your best to go as deep as possible. And come back up. And when you go deep as possible and come back up, if you ever think that you didn't have plenty cold in your body, you will get to know. Everything comes out your nose, your nostrils. So in that way, you're cleaning your lungs, you're cleaning, you're getting rid of the mucus from your throat, your chest, and everything. And that helps. That helps in singing. It helps in everything.
Oh, I never really thought of that in truth. Okay, all right. So, Squeezie, you're heading to Carriacou tonight. First of all, I know there are viewers and listeners here on the Sister Isles. Good morning, Carriacou, PT Martinique. What can the people who would come out to the show, what can they expect from Squeezie when you take the stage tonight?
Well, Carriacou is a place I always love to perform. I've been there frequently, like in the early 80s and 90s. I've always been going to Carriacou. Never had a bus show in Carriacou, and the people is always very supportive and responsive. So I know definitely we're going to have a bumper time tonight. Lorraine. That's where the party is going to take place.
I wish I could come up, but I had to walk. Next time.
You have to work.
Next time.
Next time, don't worry.
So you're heading to Carriacou, and then what's next for Squeezie? You want to send out 5-7 songs if there's Carnival 2022. What's next between now and then?
Yeah, well, after that, definitely I'll be places as I said before, once everything goes well, after that, even before that, I would have some gigs in Canada, in England, and America, of course. And Germany, to a greater extent, I would be going Germany just as well. So I just hoping that this pandemic can,
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely.
Squeezie, I want to thank you so very much for being our guest this morning. I know you have to head out down to the Osprey to ensure that you catch what, quote unquote, catch the flight. Catch the flight.
Yeah. If I don't catch the flight, I'll swim.
And you're always in the sea, so you have skills.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Somebody on the WhatsApp is asking Squeezie what year you came out with True Democracy.
True Democracy. That was 1989. That's a whole story by itself again. Oh, why is no asking me that? That's a lovely song.
But you have 2 minutes to tell me the story with True Democracy.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is at that time we had apartheid in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Grenadian economy was not strong. We had bad roads from Eastern Main Road right to St. George's. The road was graded and never been paved. When you look at all the trees, it's dusty, like if you're living in the Sahara Desert and stuff like that. And America just came to Grenada, and there's an invasion rescue mission. So if it's a rescue mission 2-3 years after that, why are we suffering like that? And how come South Africa is still having apartheid? You know, so you get to formulate something in such a way that you see, they should come back and help build Grenada. If you go abroad, you know what I mean? You haven't been treated because you're black. You haven't been treated with good hospitality as when the white people come to our country, we take them around and we show them good hospitality. Yeah. And all that is in the song. So you just put everything together and you see, this world needs some true democracy. It's too much a fake democracy going on. And it's still relevant up to today.
Very much so. That's the same thing that's going through my mind. That song could still play in 2021, man. Yeah, man. That's the true definition of a classic. Could never get stale. Always relevant. Squeezie, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. I
appreciate it. Yes, you gotta run. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good luck tonight, and I know Karaku would get a show.
Okay.
Bye. All right.
Bye now. Bye-bye. Yeah.
And that was the man himself, Squeezie. It's a pity we couldn't see his face, but I could tell you that from the face that I saw this morning on Zoom, he still looked very much young and like he could take the stage still and put on no man rule. He could put it on. Thank you to Squeezie, and thank you, viewers and listeners, for tuning in. Now let's get ready to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Remember, it is Open Line Friday on To The Point in just about an hour, so stay tuned for that. Enjoy the rest of your fantastic, fantalocious, fabulous Friday.